right, let's go ahead and stop that just a second. All right, good morning, everyone. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to a pop-up lesson at iMusicAcademy. I'm going to go over a few shape course ideas, and also talk about some simple concepts for getting your blues and jazz playing working together. I am doing a membership drive this week. We're working on the YouTube channel, so if you want to get better at jazz and you want a very affordable way to get on the inside, you can support the channel. All you have to do is hit join, and you can see if it's right for you. What's up, Vance? And speaking of coffee, it literally is the lowest entry is the price of a Starbucks coffee, which some of you might think is expensive. And which it probably is, but not for access to a jazz program. All right, Vance, good to see you. Vance is a member. All right, what we're going to do, Vance, is continue what we did, not last night, because last night was crazy, wasn't it? But let's continue to work on the shapes course. Also, for my YouTube members, Vance, you'll see a link already inside the membership area where the shapes course is right in there, and all you have to do is click, and there you go. Yeah, that was fun. Vance, make sure you click on the link and get the shapes course. I want to make sure that you have easy access to that, as well as our other members. Go ahead and confirm that. Also, Vance, since I did a bunch of crazy stream things last night, let's go ahead and make sure that the volume levels are good. I'm going to turn on the track again. And what I'm going to do, guys, is just let's go through a little bit of this course here. And I am... this course is one of my favorite because it takes everything from the simple idea of the blues 5-note pattern, then you start turning it around. It's the same 5 notes, or same 4 notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 notes, but you can use the 4-note version if you want to get some nice little patterns there. And even I have it listed on there, even on the very first sheet of the shapes course, you going down 3 half steps and using the minor blues scale 3 half steps away from your root, and then we have the tritone there. So let's actually just turn on the track and have fun with that. And as always, Vance, with all the courses, if you want to go through the training, just click the camera icon and it'll take you to the private links, the video lessons. All right, let me do that. Let me just turn on the track, come back to the chat here in a second. And all we're doing is getting used to this 5-note pattern. And there's Vicky. Vicky is a member. So it really doesn't matter the order of the notes I do. I'm just experimenting and practicing singing along. But now I'm going to go to the B. Watch this. Hold on a second. Vance, let me check something. So you clicked on inside the membership area? Just confirm that. Okay, because I might have put the wrong link in there. Let me just check. Well, let's see. Oh, yeah. No, you clicked on the wrong link. Yeah, that's for our potential members. All right, so confirm that you clicked on it and you got it. You know I wouldn't deny you. Yeah, and that's to all of our members, who join the stream. And here's what I'm going to say on the front end. You guys know I go live. I give away tons of stuff. I also teach lessons, and you know, I have private students where I teach local lessons sometimes to some really awesome kids. And what I'm saying is this is the best way to get in on the inside. For a price of a cup of coffee, you join, hit the join button, and I promise you're going to be happy with what you get. It's amazing how much stuff. Just like instead of going to buy the store right now, you can get the shapes course the moment you join, and then you see all the other stuff that's in there. And so my hope is that somebody else will do it. Join us. We have 10 members now, and it's a great way to get started at iMusic Academy. But here we go. It's not about selling. It's about wanting the right people to join, and we're leveling up the stuff. We're going to make sure we get people on board to what we're doing. Here we go. So again, this 5-note pattern, and good to see you, Vicky. And everybody has this 5-note pattern. If you've been hanging out with me, you know I want everybody to be able to play that. Because one of the things it does is it helps you concentrate on your voicings. I can go in what I call automatic pilot, which we teach this as a way to get those fingers working together. And your muscle memory is kicking in the right hand. Now, simple improv. All right, let me stop that for a second. So as you're going through and you're working on these patterns, notice that I did this idea of be-ba-da-bum, be-da-da-bum, and then I went down to the flat 7. Be-da-da-dum, be-da-da-da-da, or all I'm doing is the pentatonics part of this 5-note blues scale and going down to the flat 7. And as a great little tip, if you go down from the root down to the flat 7, that's another great thing. I taught a lesson yesterday, and I was showing the guy of how important it is to go ba-da-da, get that flat 7, ba-da-da-da-da. And you could actually go down the Dorian scale as well, but now it's the bebop scale when you add that major 7. Yeah, not a bad scale to learn, but also because of what it does getting down to that flat 7. So even on the B flat. Okay, let me check a couple things. Comments are turned off. I wonder if, okay. Let's make sure I'm caught up with you guys. All right, make sure you like this stream if you're enjoying this content. Very important to do that. We have 3 people watching now. All right, let's actually go through some of these. Even though we already started going through example 1, let's just click on this. And if you go down here, notice that the Oscar Peterson thing is in there too, or Oscar Peterson like, where you go. And if I'm in the key of F, I go root and then the tritone. I can even go. Or. And notice how it's surrounding that 5-note blues scale, but there there's a lot of tension when you do that interval right there, but it's nice to do every once in a while. So I could just be hanging around the first 5 notes of blues scale and I go. I like that. That works out. Feels good to me. All right, let's do it again. And the main thing is, does it feel good to you? Let's do a little more of that. Let's stop for a second and talk about that. So what I'm doing now is just experimenting with the scale, right? Did anybody know how that works? Vance says, even though I click like, oh, the number doesn't change. That's pretty funny. Let's just see. I'll just refresh it. All right, so I hope you guys are enjoying what we're talking about here, because notice that we're still on the first example of the shapes course, and notice that we have that Oscar Peterson thing in there, and then I'm just playing the blues scale. We've been working on the F blues scale this week, and so I'm doing 4-3-2-1, 3-2-1. Right? And really important, so sometimes I'll do 1 and then 2 and then 3. Sometimes I just do eighth notes. Sometimes I might do quarter notes. And then the other thing I was doing was putting that in there. Okay, let's go ahead and go to something else in the shapes course. As a reminder, I'm also doing the first 4 notes of the D minor blues scale. We're in the key of F. Let's keep going here. And what I'm going to do is, for any of our members or anyone who joins our channel, this is a membership drive week that we're going to be doing, and right now, go grab that shapes course, and all you have to do is hit join, and you're going to join us. You're going to see if you like it, and if you don't like it, I would gladly send anybody their $5.99 back. Let me do this. I want to make sure I know, because we always celebrate whoever comes in. Okay. All right, so here we go. The next thing we're going to do is pick another lick here. I was going to say that there's a huge playlist, in addition to all the crazy files that you get as a member, and you get access to the back end of YouTube, where it's its own private thing when you become a member. But in addition to all of that, all the stuff that you get there, there's also a YouTube playlist that is only for members. And it's crazy how awesome it is. This will be a YouTube member stream after we get done, so it will be only available to members. All right, here we go. Let's pick another one. Let's do Let's do the top half. So if we're in the key of F, remember, middle finger goes on there. Remember that when whatever key you're doing your blues in, and you go middle finger on F, and you go 5th, flat 7, and minor 3rd. Okay, that's a great sound. You can do triplets, whatever you want to, but the great thing about this one is your finger's gonna naturally, your middle finger's gonna get you hovering over the 5th, flat 7, and minor 3rd. So let's actually turn on the track and mess around with that one. And what you get out of that is that tension on the top with that nice minor 3rd. Cool. Let's stop that for just a minute. We'll pick another idea that we can do. All right, I hope everybody's enjoying all of this. Let me know in the chat if you're alive and ready to keep having fun in here. All right, where is this? Okay, so we have that down. Also, there's your minor blues scale. And remember that you go to the minor 3rd to major 3rd all the time. That's going to give you some really nice sounds. You can go Ray Charles kind of sounds. So we're in the key of F. Like whatever you want to do, you can get that sound. Even on a blues, you can go. And that lick actually is a 5th lick that you hear. But we're going to do it in like, let's do it in the key of C. You can go minor 3rd to major 3rd, but you can also do it on the 5th, which is originally where that lick started. So it's this. Just not in the key of C. All right, here we go. Let's find another one. We talked about how you can use the first lick from the Blues Volume 1. That's a great one to go just up and down, even over a blues. Like let's turn that on and remind you guys. You're building up muscle memory. You're getting your vocabulary in, and all that is, you can just go simple with it, even over jazz blues. let me stop that. We're going to talk about a few more things related to the shapes course. And I'm just doing a few different ones. Like we skipped down, we did that one. And then just then I was showing you this idea where you get to the minor third to major third, which is nice. Little Oscar Peterson. What a great little idea that you can do. And then of course you have this, which is so nice for your ear training. And let's spend a little time on the F6 lick. It's written out in the key of C. And then we did this. I did this right here. So notice that on blues example 1, it's going up from the triad to the 4 chord to the flat 7, right? But remember this trick. You're here at the F7, go up a whole step, and it sets you up for that nice little tritone lick. What a great thing to add there. And you can do the octave there. You can do triplet lick. Such a great thing for all keys. And then this. Vance, you heard me last night. I was probably doing some of that as well, of getting the and you could double time it if you want to. That's a good one too. Oh, and then maybe we'll end this session on this reminder. You have your octave, your flat 7 6, flat 6 5. All right, and let me check the chat, and we'll turn it on the track and do that. Let's talk about why I enjoy that. Hey, there's Bill. Bill is a member of our All Access group, so Bill gets everything, and it's so awesome to have you, Bill. He's one of our newer members, but Bill, we feel like you've been around forever. Okay, so really important concepts that we're doing. I'm just going to speak on a couple of them really quickly, especially with having Bill in here as well. You know, in addition to this being a membership drive for our YouTube channel, I also, and I mean by our YouTube membership, which is sort of what this next few days is about. Now, we're still doing our All Access, we're still doing Chord Academy and everything, but I'm looking to get people who are not necessarily members of the YouTube channel to take a risk and instead of getting that cup of coffee at Starbucks, hit the join button and go for the lowest tier, because this course is in there along with other courses, along with all kinds of member training, and the list goes on and on. They're member streams for days. But the main thing is, I think wherever you want to learn music, you need a community of some kind. And it can be, there are tons of people doing YouTube memberships and all that, whatever. Find one that fits for you. Find a community that you like and get involved with them, even if you're on the beginning side of things, because a lot of people are on the same level. Like, we have tons of beginners. I have tons of retired guys. I have some jazz prodigy guys that hang in the background and everywhere in between. But most of my members are on the beginning to intermediate stage, and I absolutely love that. And they're very supportive to each to connect with each other, encourage each other. But you also get kind of a structure of learning the tools of whatever you're working on. So we do jazz, blues, gospel, all of those things. But what I love to do is teach the simple concepts, and that's what I want to remind you. The reason why we're practicing the shapes course right now, because no matter what level you are, okay, you get this blues scale down, and then you can practice going up a half step, right? So that if somebody says, all right, can you play in the key of F sharp? You're like, okay, I know that first 5-note blues scale, and I also know that Bob says you can go down 3 half steps and play the E flat blues scale, right? Or the minor blues scale there. So we're starting to build some confidence by knowing these simple things. And even this, so Bill, one encouraging thing that I would love for you guys know how I like to teach the up-down approach. I say you learn something that you're familiar with. I'll demonstrate this in C, but you do the key of C and you learn that, and then you go up to D flat, like go up a half step and challenge yourself, get up into the keys and get this 5-note pattern, and then you go back down, and then you can go down, so you go back to your comfort key, and then you go down and do the key of B. and then you go back to your comfort key. I always want to make sure you're comfortable in a certain key, and then you can try to work on going up a half step, back to your comfort key, and then down a half step, because you will start to notice that it all will start to connect. Like, for instance, Bill, if we're playing a simple C blues and I do this pattern right here, it's going to work over all the chords, C, F, and G, right? But if I was playing in the key of G and I'm going to do the pattern of the G blues scale, it's the same motion, the same finger setup for C, for F, same finger motions, same for G. And then we get into key like A, it's almost the same. It's just a slight tweak in the hand movement. B is moving up into the key there, right? Just a little bit to get to that F sharp. So that's what you're going to notice, is that little patterns like this will help you build confidence, I promise. And then by taking these tools, and you can take this tool right here and say, if we're in the key of C, you can go, all right, there's the C6 we've been working on. It's the triad plus the 6th note plus the octave. That's a great thing to practice, right? And I know from a visual standpoint that my notes in the octave are going to work. And maybe I want to do the first example at iMusicAcademy, which is in this shapes course as well. Okay? That gives you confidence as well right there, because when I take this same shape and I transpose this up to F, it's the exact same hand motion, and the same for G as well. So that's really important to know. But I can think about this, I can think about this, and then what is my trick of going down 3 half steps, and now I play the A minor blues scale. So even knowing these 3 ideas, the C6, the first 5 notes, and the A blues scale, I can do an entire improvisation. What makes it even better is if I visualize this triad and I start doing this. All right, Bill says he wrote out all the minor blues scales yesterday and started practicing new scales. Awesome. Yeah. Hey, Bill, that's really good. And if you need help with your fingering, you know, I do a lot of teaching on that and have done a lot of that. And I can make sure that you have all your fingerings down. And you just let me know if you're working on them for both hands, or if you're just doing right hand only. But fingering is where all the magic happens, in my opinion. Like, for instance, if I go 1, 2, 3, 5, and I'm doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and doing the C6 lick, when I go up to D flat, I have to hammer on 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? When I go to D, it's a hammer on again. Slide, hammer. And what happens a lot of the time is people don't play in certain keys because if you can't do the slide, we don't want to work on the key of B because it doesn't feel as good. But you might be in a situation where you want to play in the key of B. If somebody's playing a guitar key like the key of A, I want you to be able to play that A blues, that A6 lick. And all you have to do is learn that there are different fingerings, and then you'll be on your way. Okay, now I'm going to check to see if anybody has signed up yet. Hit the join button for our YouTube channel. And I think it might update in real time. The last person who joined was George, who is a member of our Chord Academy. But again, this week I'm looking for that next person who's going to join us. Literally, it's a cup of coffee a week. And I'm telling you that you're going to be happy. And I've always said this: if anybody wasn't happy with signing up for a cup of coffee to get access to our YouTube channel and all of the goodies in there, I would gladly send them their money back. All right, here we go. Let's dig in. Let's do some more practicing. We're gonna go for a little bit longer, and then let's turn on. Since we've got Bill here and going over, let's go over the F blues scale coming down again. 4, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, and then I would just loop that. So, Bill, you hear how I'm doing just different rhythms, right? I could go. Now maybe an offbeat. I like that. And two, and three. Yeah, so notice that once you get the pattern down, and that's which number is that in the shapes course? We just did a practice session on that one. But if I go back up here, and I'm gonna find that one, it goes back to that trick of whatever key you're in, put your middle finger on that note. It's got to be it right here. Middle finger is right here, and I go ba bo doo doo dee doo dee da, and then after that it's rhythm. I could go boo da 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 da, and all the notes will work. Or I could just go two and one and two and dee dee da, and let a little time go by. Two ba bo doo doo dee dee da, two and two and two. And then this is where it gets really, really, really fun. I'm going to go all the way down here to the minor triad minor third to major third lick. Everybody type a 3 in the chat. I'm going to take a sip of my coffee. I'm going to do that. As a reminder, when we get done with this lesson, I am putting this in the membership. So we have members only streams like these, and you'll always have access to it. And you have a little star by your name. Vicky's a member, Vance is a member, and we have a total of 10 members right now, and I'm waiting for the next person to join. You're going to be very happy when you do that. All right, here we go. We have our 3s in the chat. So this minor third to major third, and Bill, lock in, everybody lock in, is this idea. I'm going to do this in the key of C because it's written on C, it's written on F, and it's written on G. And you can do it on any key, doesn't matter. So what you're going to start doing is visualizing the triad. We go, and all I'm doing is 3, 5, 4, 2, 3, 1. So we're doing, awesome, Vance. 3, 5, 4, 2, 3, 1, right? And what's happening here is it's great to play the blues scale, to get it under your fingers, to be able to play it all kinds of ways. But if you just only play the blues scale, it's going to start to get, you're going to be missing one thing, and that is that little light tension, right? You have tension and release. So you have this, da, 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 da. And if I did this, when I go, boom, ba, da, da, and then go back to that. Let me do that again. So I go. You guys hear it? So we have, instead of just this, it's nice to be able to go. Right, and then we go to that F, we have to be on that E flat. And we go. And even when I go to this, if I did G and I went, that's that third, that's that release. Third of F, and then, third on C. That's our release. Yeah, isn't that nice? We do that. So when we start improvising, if you're improvising and you think of, okay, we're going to do the first 5 notes of the blues scale, and we're just experimenting with rhythm, with singing along, with maybe the Oscar Peterson thing, or maybe it's one of these shape chorus ideas that we did, or the tritone one. And then we know that we can do this to get that minor third sound. We also know that we can go a slight tweak from that and go D minor blues scale. Okay? And then we go minor third to major third. Or we could go the fourth note of the F scale. You're surrounding. It's the enclosure. That's the word of the day, right? Enclosure. So it gives you that nice major third sound. So now let's turn on the track again, and then we have one more idea, and then we'll call it a day or a morning. Here we go. Let a little time go by, and then maybe D minor. How about here? Alright, I said we had one more thing. We're actually going to talk about two more things because it's so fun to think about this. Alright, whenever you wake up and you're about to practice, you guys know I say if you're not feeling bluesy, you're not feeling jazzy, but you want to play and you want to get, there are a lot of things that you could do, but one is go up to ba ba da ba da ba, going up to the flat 7 of whatever chord you're on. Or whatever key you're in. Right? I could go. And there I got that major third, the happy sound, right? And then when I go to B flat, I could go. I got to get to that B flat. And then I can even go on the D. Here's where it gets also gets fun. If I get to the D chord, I can hit that F sharp, which gives me that nice major happy sound on D. And if I want to go up, I could go diminished, and I could go to the flat 9 of D. But another thing that I did that I think is really important is notice that I was doing this as a practice, right? I was just doing triad, and we go. You could go 3, 5, 4, 2, 3, 1, but you can also go 2, 4, 3. That's a nice fingering, and it all depends on where I'm going next as to what fingering I'm going to use. But I can go, and then on the B flat, you probably heard me do this because I needed that A flat there. And then I went back to the first one. Then here I'm on the B flat again. I have to get to A flat. Or here we go. Now even on the G minor, even on the C, even on the 1-6-2-5. What's up, Jeffrey? Everybody say hey to Jeffrey, the most consistent man at iMusicAcademy. Jeffrey was on our late night stream where I was playing a bunch of crazy instruments. Everybody say hey to Jeffrey, and then we'll start wrapping it up. So if the way I work is I like to get people to get on the inside and see if it's right for you to be a part of iMusicAcademy. And what I'm doing right now is I'm doing what's the lowest barrier somebody can do to get in to see if they like if they want to be a part of. I do have several academies. I teach lessons and do all kinds of things. But if you want to get in on the very smallest level, the very much entry, it's literally a price of a cup of coffee. $5.99 is what the monthly thing is. It's through Google. Several people who are here are there, and Bill's a member of our All Access Academy, so he gets access to everything. I wish I could do, here's what I wish I could do. I wish there was a way to do where if you're an All Access member, that you would automatically be able to be a part of the YouTube channel when you like joining the membership, but it just doesn't let me do that. Now, you can't just be a member of the YouTube channel without subscribing to the Google system. Now, I also will tell you this, I also support some creators as well. I think it's important to do that. So it's $5.99 and it's recurring, and that's the entry level. And what a lot of people end up doing is like Vance. Vance started off at $2.99 when we had a $2.99, and then he went and now he's an elite member. You don't have to be an elite member, but every bit that you guys are able to support me really helps me get to the next phase of what I want to do. I want to grow this. I want to be doing, ultimately, I want to be doing this full time at some point. Okay, so anyway, you're even being on the YouTube streams is very, very helpful. So thank you for that. All right, so Jeffrey enjoyed the stream last night, like the flute. There were a few tense moments. Yeah. It's sweet to be elite. Yeah. So my hope is that if you're watching now and you're not a member, I'm telling you, hit that join button and join us, and you will see. If you're not happy, I would gladly send you back your cup of coffee. But right away, when you join the YouTube channel, what you're going to see is inside there's a community, and you're getting access to a ton of stuff. You can buy this stuff in my store at iMusicAcademy.com, but I want you guys just to get involved by doing something like joining the membership, and you'll see that there's like we have this shapes course that we're going through right now. So when people click on that, they immediately get access to that. There's another thing I want to go over. Let's go over the chart as we close today. Let's go over one other chart. So you have this and you have this. There's so many good things like the triads. I love getting those triads in our blues playing and our jazz playing. You can use those in gospel as well. And you have an Oscar Peterson lick, and of course this one that we already did. The only one I didn't go over today is this one, which I did yesterday. How cool that is in different keys. But let's end on the other thing that I put in there. So this is the YouTube member drive. So whenever you're a member of that, you get access. I mean, there's tons of stuff inside the membership area, but the newest one to help with our practice is just putting the shapes course for all of our YouTube members, regardless of the tier that you're on. But I love this right here. All right, so this is a Bob original. I have a lot of originals that we write. So we go. So what I like about that, it's from the key of F, it's 5/6 root. Now this is important because you'll hear a lot of things. I'll probably get a strike. I'll try to play it a little different. Things ain't what they used to be, but this is different. It's 5/6 root, and then I come down, and then it goes pentatonic, then back to this. Now here's the best part of this song. It goes bum ba dum. Now from G minor, that's a minor, that's the 11th up to the flat 7. But think of it as what's happening in C. It's the root, the 5th, and flat 7, and then it's blues scale, starting on the tritone. And here's my favorite part of the whole lick, or the whole song. It goes 5th, flat 7, tritone. That's the great thing. So I could go. So as you're practicing your improv, if you didn't do anything else, you could just practice doing that lick right there. And it's just turning around the blues scale. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay. Let's just practice even, just to kind of get it. And and it kind of works over everything. Alright, let me check on you guys really quickly. Let me make sure I put up the music. Okay, so the first part, and right here, you got to go to the flat 7. And then right here, so pentatonic there, starting on the flat 7. And I would just get my thumb up in there on the flat 7. And back to the first part. And the last part. That's the tricky spot, is getting to that flat 7. Just remember, it's getting up into the keys and doing it. All right, I think we have it now, and let me check the chat and say hi as we check on you guys. What? Hold on a second. To be elite. Oh, wow, they're shutting my water all day. You're going to have to explain that one. I think I missed out on that. All right, we have 6 likes. That's good. And my phone just died, so I can't see if anybody joined. But what I'm going to get you guys to do is I'm clicking on this right now because I want to see if I can share something. On my phone, it's really easy to show you guys about joining the thing. But on the computer, I'm not seeing a share link. But anyway, if you are on your computer, obviously you see join. Very good. Okay, the city is shutting off your water. Vance, that's not good. It sounds like a blues. No. All right, hey, everybody say hey to George. George is a longtime supporter of iMusicAcademy. He is George probably has purchased every course I've come out with. But George is also a Chord Academy member and the newest member of our YouTube channel. And as you see, George has a nice looking star right by his name. You know, I think I can do custom badges. I got to figure out how to do it. But wouldn't it be cool to start doing some custom badges instead of the stars, which I like the stars, but I think we can do something a little bit different. No water blues. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, everybody make sure you say hey to George. George is the newest member, and that's how I know whether or not somebody else has joined our stream because George is at the top of the list and my phone died. But yeah, I always appreciate George and all of you who are investing in iMusicAcademy. But you guys know I'm in this for you guys. And I love our community. Let me take one more drink, and then we're going to finish by George. Make sure that I know you have the shapes course, but I also want to make sure that this is inside the membership area. Also, let's see. Yes, there's a link to join where it says you can join right there. It's a channel thing. So right in the description, somebody else can join. Yeah. Okay, so let's do that. Let me see if I can I want to bring in a little bit faster of a track. See if I can do that really quick. This would be fun to just add a little faster. And here we have this blues scale. what you could do is just practice D minor blues scale if you want. Now here we go. Hey, speaking of your water going out, Vance, is that I forgot about our I didn't write out the other one. We could go the yard work blues. You remember that from last week? I didn't write out the yard work blues. We're going to do some yard work. We're going to do some yard work. I forgot about that. Going to do some yard work. Going to do some yard work today. Going to do some yard work. Yeah, I gotta go to the B flat or the A flat. Going to do some yard work, and then we do our blues lick. Going to do some yard work. All right, I forgot about that. Thank you for reminding me. All right, I think what I'm gonna do now is we're gonna start wrapping it up. But as we do that, tell me one thing that you've been working on at iMusicAcademy. Anybody? Just put that in the chat. Anything you've been working on, put it in there. And then I'm going to open up this as a request. These pop-up lessons, I can do whatever I want to, right? But if there's anybody out there in the community and you want a certain kind of lesson, let me know what it is. Now's your opportunity. We call these tailored lessons since that's my last name. And you can request a kind of lesson. And we're going to see if anybody else signs up. George is the last person to sign up for our community. And I think it's important to know as well that, or to note, is that nobody has left our membership at this point. And my hope that you'll see and understand, we've been doing it for several months now, many months. And that I feel like people are enjoying the value, and it's really important to me to make sure you guys are learning. Working on trying to improv by ending on a target note. That's a great thing. Vance is saying ending on target notes or arriving at target notes is also a good way to say it. So like from a slow-mo kind of perspective, you could go watch this. That's a little tension. Now watch this. There's my chord tone. I could even go to diminished chord tone, flat 9, 9 of G, 13 of C, 3rd, 5th, tension, flat 7, chord tone, 3rd of B flat, 3rd, 3rd, 3rd. Yeah, so all I was doing there was mostly doing thirds. That's a great thing to do, is start getting your thirds down. Third of B flat, third, third, fifth, flat 13, third, 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 third. Vicky, thank you so much. Vicky is a member of the YouTube channel, and also hold on one second. So Vicky, I want to say thank you for supporting the channel. Vicky supports the channel in so many ways. So shout out to Vicky very much. Sign up apparently takes a real name, I guess, for a credit card. You don't put that out publicly. No way. No way. In fact, I don't ever see any of that. Anything you do related to credit cards or whatever, I don't see any of that. It's all through Google. And I mentioned before that I also support channels. And everyone who is a member of our YouTube channel, it's the same way. My dad's a member of our YouTube channel as well, and Bill is, Vicky is, Vance. It's very seamless. I do it myself. I told you guys I support creators as well, and the fact that you're attempting to sign up is a really awesome feeling to me, because I want to make a difference and I want you to get wherever you're going. So I say go for it. Nobody sees any of that. And yes, you put in whatever they ask you, and it's all secure. All right, so Vance, Bill, I wanted to get to Bill's. Bill says, working on Blues Shape Volume 1. Hey, I like that. Bill, that's what I like to hear. And Bill, you know this because we talk about it, but you're going to take that Volume 1, like even the very first example, you have... You can turn around this so many ways. That's one of my favorite to do. And it has the bass line with it. Isn't that nice? You can just... Or you can go down the... So many fun things you could do. That reminds me, is I wrote out something for you guys that I need to... I know Vance and I know Bill. Now, this might feel a little bit advanced, so maybe we need to wait on me putting this one. But I wrote this out right here. Walking and comping in the key of F. Now, let me show you guys something. And I'm kind of scared to put this up on the screen, because I don't want you guys to freak out. But what I was just doing there, I don't mind. I'm just kidding when I say that, you know. Okay. Let's go ahead and let me see if I can add this window. I tell you what, I'll just put it in the folder. I'll just put it in the folder. We call them this like office hours. Okay, I'm going to go out of there and I'm going to pull this in here. Hey, so yesterday, for everybody watching, Vance said that I had 1,000, was it 46 or 47 videos on my channel. That's insane. That's awesome. I love it. All right, here we go. Where is it? Let me try that again. No, that's not what I meant to do. Walking bass line here. Moving Jazz Trio Blues. Let's see if that's it. No, that's not it. Hold on. Oh. That's the wrong one. There's blues shapes. Let me get the walking PDF. Here it is. Here we go. Make sure you guys can see that. All right, we're not doing a teaching lesson on this. I just want to show you guys. So when I first started learning about music and, man, I'm still playing. Let me catch up here. When I first started learning about walking bass lines, and I do play bass as well. I play it for fun, but I do play gigs and things on bass. But if you have these walking bass lines and you're learning these, I also learned about, like, I wanted to learn. I think the very first thing I started learning when I learned about jazz was Bill Evans voicings. So I had these 4-note voicings, and so like playing 13. So you had this. Aren't those nice? Anyway, you get the idea. I don't know if that's exactly what I was doing, but it's pretty much that idea of getting this 4-note voicings down. It's kind of nice. Yeah, Vance, I feel like I'm in trouble now for doing 1,066 videos on my channel. 1,066. The funny thing about it is the most popular one out of all of those is the worst quality video, the one that has all these. Yeah, the left hand. Yeah, so a lot of you are enjoying the left hand side of things, and that's why we have our blues alternate bass line course, and we have so many things. I love to teach, like even my easy jazz course. You know, I show you how to do this. We take 2-5-1 and we go, all right, here's a 2-note voicing. And we go. Note voicing. Whoa! Memphisly. I'm not saying that right, I'm sure. All right, awesome. Y'all give a shout out to our newest member at iMusicAcademy. Awesome. Everybody give a shout out. Until we get a name, you're Mr. Memphis. That's really awesome. And that's why, Vance, even in Chord Academy, what we do is we take this idea of like a 4-note Bill Evans voicing, and you go up 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then you go. And it's different fingering. 3, 1, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mr. Memphis. All right, you get it? So let me do them all. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 3, 1, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 3, 1, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 3, 1, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 3, 1, 3, 2, 1. And then we'll do for B, we'll do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. C. And then the last one is C sharp. 3, 1. And what you're doing is you're building up muscle memory when you do that, Vance. You take 5, 4, 3, 2, and you can even walk it up like this and then do the triad. And I have PDFs on that. But what we're doing right now is building up muscle memory so that we can even talk and welcome our new members without even thinking about it, right? because we have to build up muscle memory. And you guys know that whenever I tell you like, oh, you just do you do muscle memory and it's easy. No, I'm not saying it's easy. And I had to do the same exact thing on whatever I know how to do. It's because I had to figure out ways to get my muscle memory. And one way I like to do it is by doing it slow and straight. So I can go 1 or 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and I figure out where does the left hand line up with the right hand, and it's the G right there. And all I do is, you can play, in my opinion, you can almost play anything in slow and straight. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, and now we go slow and straight. 4, 3, 2, 1. We do that for a while, and then we go 3. All right, Mr. Memphis, I need you to click on, I want you to go inside the membership area and see what I'm talking about, of how crazy it is and how much material there is and how there's a cool community in there. And I just put in there the blues shapes course. So before I get off this this live here, I want to make sure you got it. So it's very cool to welcome you as our newest member. That's awesome. Okay, so he says, Memphis or Mempho to friends, but it's been, oh, I got you. Teaching interface. Awesome. Hey, well, we do welcome you. All right, I'm going to go with Memphis for a while. It's going to be easy. How to get into the area. So on your YouTube, that's a great question. From what I remember, at least for me, there's a tab that says membership. Am I right, guys? Vance, explain to him, to Memphis, how to get into the area. And I want to go ahead and make sure we're good there, and so that he knows how to do it. I think one of these streams I'm just going to do how to navigate the membership area, because it's kind of relatively new to me, but I post in there all the time, and it's all locked down. You guys know, with the membership area, there are members only streams, playlist, tons of material and everything, but you can have all the material in the world, but you need a community and some people helping guide you through this stuff. That's why I'm doing all these lessons where we're like taking our time and going through these simple concepts of getting our triads down and that kind of thing. All right, so it's under posts. It's either under post or there is, it could be that, it could be under post, but it's a definite membership area, and nobody else sees it unless you're a member. I'm going to look at my own channel here and just see what happens when I click on it. Just give me 1 second. I'm going to go YouTube. And I'm going to look at my channel, and you guys could do the same thing. You look at so for me, I see membership as one of my things on the home, and then it says that I'm live, members only post. So everything I'm looking at shows members, and then it says recent member only post, and it says, hey, YouTube member, this is from 1 hour ago. Thought you might enjoy the shapes course. Boom, you click on it. And then before that, jazz blues preview lesson, members only. There's comping voicings, 2-hand comping voicings, all those, and the list goes on and on. You just go down here and virtual jazz camp, all keys. Blah. I mean, it goes on for crazy. All right, let me see. Yes, right. All right, he says he thinks you. All right, so Memphis, do me one favor and click on your shapes course. Let me click back in, so I want you, and it should easily download, and you should be good to go. Hey Vance, you asked the question about the walking bass PDF, and since Vicky, I know if Vicky's still in here, since hold on, Google Drive, yes, Google Drive PDF. So when you click on the Google Drive, it'll take you there, and you should be able to download it right away. It's a link, so whatever I put inside the membership area is going to be a link to my private Google Drive, and everything, of course, is secure in there, and it's very simple. I just wanted to make sure that you easily have access by clicking on it and get that course. And Vance, what I was going to say is, you know, we have elite members, we have all kinds of things, and the way the structure works is, you know, our musician tier is always going to get a PDF a week and access to all kinds of stuff. The next level, it gets a minimum of 2, and then the elite group gets a minimum of 3. And I've been doing a lot of over delivering for even our musician level, and I think it's really important to invest in everybody. So since Vicky, and I do this a lot, but since Vicky has donated and since Memphis has joined, I'm going to put this walking bass line, I'm going to do a copy of that and put it in the same folder for the YouTube drive. Or I want to put it in the same folder. Just let me do that really quickly. This is fun. This has been like office hours. Okay, let me look at my drive here, and I want to make sure I'm putting in the right one. Okay, so we have from today, YouTube members, YouTube member drive. All right, here we go. YouTube. All right, I'm just gonna pull this one in here. I'm gonna go, because one of the folders is locked down, and I don't want anybody to have to click ask for permission on this one. So 1 second. Almost done, guys. Upload. Okay, let me make a copy of it. All right, let me go to my YouTube channel. All right, I am going to create a post. And I'm going to call him Bill Evans walking. It's Bill Evans chords walking bass. Now these 4-note chords can sound a little tense at times, and it might be a little challenging for some of you guys. So only do it if you feel up to learning those 4-note voicings. You could even learn the first one, and that would be good. But we're going to do that. All channel members are going to get this. And let's just do that. Because you have Vicky to thank for this one. Everybody's getting this. Bill Evans chords walking. So I just put it in the member area. And so Memphis can download that as well. And everybody can download that. And let me get back to the stream. Awesome. Yep, you got it. Yep, you get to thank Vicky for doing that. Yeah, those are cool. So like this, I always like the same thing with our 4-note voicings and our walking bass. Notice that I'm like nailing chord tones. Walking up, chord tone, C, chord tone, diminished chord tone, and there's my root and my root again, and then tritone. All right, you get it. All right, so shout out to Memphis, or Mr. Memphis, to you and me. We welcome you to joining the channel. Good for you. Good for you. So, what you can do, Memphis, for me is you can definitely email me, bob@iMusicAcademy.com or iMusicAcademy1@gmail.com. And you could tell me like what you're interested in musically, like what do you want to learn? What do you like to work on? Do you have a practice routine? Do you need one? And then what you'll see from me is you'll see where I go live for our members only, to our YouTube channel, and also we'll help you like achieve those goals, whatever you're working on. We're doing a ton of projects, and as a YouTube member, you're going to see that you get a lot of extra streams that we do, and I'll show you guys what we're working on. Like we're still working on our jazz, simply beautiful jazz chord voicings, and so you guys get taste of things like that. But I also like to know, what songs you're working on. And so anyway, there's tons to talk about. The main thing is you're inside the membership area. You just downloaded, I'm assuming you downloaded your shapes course. That's a great one to get started with. Bill's been working on that, and I love that because it has a lot of chord tone ideas and things like that. All right, guys, what I'm going to do is normally on these kinds of streams, these pop-up lessons, I will do, especially if it's like a membership drive, is just kind of what we're doing now. I'll take the video right down and it'll be in the membership area. There is a playlist with only members, but I'm going to leave this up because Memphis signed up and because George was able to come in, Bill was able to come in, Vicky, Vance, and so it's been really nice to do that. I'm going to leave this stream up because there are some very helpful things in there for you guys. But also, if somebody else joins, I'm going to keep it up for a while as long as people are joining. When people stop joining this, then I don't want it to be a thing of me selling the membership. It's not about that. It's about getting the next right person. So I'll leave this up for a little while, and we'll see. If people are signing up, I'll keep it up. If people are not, then I won't, and it's not a big deal. There are tons of other videos. I have 1,067 now. All right, so what we always do is say goodbye to each other on the stream, and so let me go ahead and do that. You guys say goodbye to each other, and I'll see you on the next one. All Access group is tomorrow at 11. At 8, and Chord Academy is on Friday at 8. Vicky, good to see you as well. We have Vance, and Vicky, thank you for your donation. Vance, good to see you. Thank you for hanging on the streams always, Vance. You're doing great. Set up your notifications, everyone. Hit that bell notification. It'll always tell you when I'm going live. Last night I went live doing flute, soprano, saxophone, all these instruments I don't really play but just have fun with. And hopefully it'll encourage you guys to practice and play other instruments. So Bill, good to see you, All Access member, and let's see who else. We have George that came on. I saw him. Jeffrey, the most consistent man at iMusicAcademy. Always thankful. Jeffrey's always on all the streams. And again, George, good to see you as well. So we got Jeffrey, George, Vicky for her donation, and Mr. Memphis. Memphis, we are so glad to have you as the newest member of iMusicAcademy. Thank you for encouraging me today by that. I've been wanting people, we've had 10 members of the YouTube channel, and nobody has dropped off, but nobody has added. And I'm like, man, if I'm going to spend a cup of coffee a month, you need access to this. I promise you. And if I have enough people, even on the lowest tier, it'll really make it to where it all works out to me that I could keep doing this kind of stuff. So thank you for that. All right, guys. See you in the next one.